Hiya, meow. Okay, before we get started, I'm going to lay this beautiful quartz crystal there. And although I do know that Spirit is here with us, that was an extra little bonus ding there. Let's go ahead and call in whoever you would like to be present for this reading. And as we do this, I'd like for us to close our eyes. And we're going to take a deep breath in our nostrils and all the way. Imagine this breath as if we see it on the inside going up to our crown chakra and all the way down behind our mind's eye, our throat, our higher heart, our belly, and all the way down through our knees and out to the end of our feet, to where it will be transmuted into the ground. Okay, we're going to take 3 deep breaths and just get settled into the energy. If you have any intentions you'd like to set for this reading, please, now's the time to do so. Okay, here we go. First breath in. Hold for a second and exhale. I do like to sigh sometimes. You're more than welcome to sigh and just feel the energy, the release, the tension release around your shoulders, whatever it may be. Spirit, please be here with us now. Archangels, please be present with us. Okay, one more. Ancestors and spirit guides of the highest healing vibration only are welcome in this space today. Please be present now. We call upon you. All right, okay. We will start with the Significator card here. This is from the Spellcasting Oracle. Let's see what we get. What does Spirit want us to know? Okay, it just flew right out there. Trust. Okay, we received trust. Allow yourself to feel any feelings that you feel by looking at this card. Repeating the word trust. My wind chimes outside just chimed. Spirit is here with us. I felt peace. That's what I felt. Please share in the comments what your feelings are on this. This is very stunning. Very stunning, beautiful card. Trust is such a beautiful feeling. And oftentimes, trust relies in ourselves, our own inner trust, our own inner compass, and how we have that trust and nurture that trust within ourselves is what we typically, as humans, display out to others externally. So whenever we lack trust within our own self and in our own lives day to day, our own inner knowing, then we tend to actually lack that in others too, as a reflection and mirror. You know, a couple of years ago, I might cringe at this card. But as I look at it today, there's so much that I've learned, and I feel like many others out there, many of you also have connected to yourself on a deeper level and so much more, that there's a sense of peace by looking at this card and by being able to say, you know, it feels really good to be able to trust myself, my gut, to trust what has been, what is now, and what's to come. I see a beautiful aura around you. You have your wings. You've earned those wings. You see the light now. And the beautiful light pastel pink gown, ever flowing, and a little bit of a breeze gives me that sense of freedom. You have put a lot of time and effort into this thing that so many take for granted, this thing that so many don't want to address or think that they're, way beyond what they really are on their path, on their journey, on their mission here, their life purpose. Okay, so let's put this significator card over here and see what all this means for us. Mixing it up as I like to do, because I'm a curious cat, and here we are using a curious cat deck. We're going to do the pattern that that Spirit had taught me. And we're going to do a Tree of Life. Okay, I'm going to be taking that one. Okay. What does Spirit want us to know about this trust? Is it about trust we need to know? Okay. All right. Okay. I call this the Tree of Life pattern. Let me know in the comments if you've actually seen this before, because I haven't ever seen one. And it's something that came out, and there's our last two right there. Okay. Yeah, it's something that just came up on me in meditation one day. So I figured, well, we need to do another one of these because I haven't done it in a while. In fact, I want to make sure I have, yes, I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, let's start at our foundation. We have the Two of Swords, foundation, Two of Swords. Okay, so there is a full moon here. There's water. There's a lot of emotion going on in this card. In the original tarot, on the Two of Swords, you're blindfolded. Here you're not. You're looking out. So you're looking to see what's out there. What's interesting about this is that you're also looking in the same direction as she is. So you're curious. You're curious. Maybe you're curious about who you can trust. Swords are of the mind. Spirit is there protecting you. Let's see what we have here. in your present energy, we have Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. You have a path right here going right to what looks like a tree of life. Look at that. Isn't that something? I'll hold the card up here so you can see. I do want you to make sure that you're looking at these cards and just feeling, allowing yourself, breathing and allowing yourself to feel whatever you may feel by looking at them or what comes to mind. And try not to hesitate or let yourself be swayed in any way. No matter what it is, allow it to happen. Yeah, so Ace of Wands, there's a new path for you. There's something fresh and new coming your way. And you want to move quickly with this. You want to act quickly. I'm being told that Spirit has been sending you messages about this and maybe you haven't noticed. Maybe you haven't noticed or seen them because you're actually not. So birds are always definitely spirit. And you're like just looking straight ahead. So, I mean, it is a fresh start for you and a new beginning, but you don't seem to see all of Spirit's gifts or offerings here. Oftentimes the Spirit will come in numbers. So if you've seen like a lot of, maybe you've seen aces or suits of the ace cards, maybe you play cards, or you've seen ones a lot recently. It's made you curious, a curious cat, meow, as to why you're seeing ones a lot. Or there's a lot of birds around your area. Perhaps you've found a lot of coins on the ground and maybe you've even passed them up. Spirit wants you to pick those up next time you see them. They are messages for you. Feathers are messages, clocks, license plates, anything that has a number on it, signs, those are messages. Animals, little kids, strangers that say something kind to you or something that may be not disrespectful but out of the norm. They are messages for you being sent to you. But this is a wonderful current spot. This is really nice, a nice spot to be in for your present. This is actually what connects you. This is your trunk of your tree. And so this is what connects your foundation and your overall higher self here that looks over everything. Okay, and we have the Hanged Man. All right. Okay, look at that. Hanged Man. You're really not even phased much about this. You're looking straight ahead. And a crow or a raven, looks like it's a crow, is literally holding you by your foot. You're completely enlightened. So, I mean, there's definitely a change coming. A change coming. We've got the Ace of Wands with the fast-moving energy there. And then we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is wanting you to be in the present moment. Be in the present moment. Surrender. Have contentment. It's about will and strength. Having empathy. Yeah. You're seeking truth. I mean, you're a curious cat and you're seeking truth about really all of this. So in our past position, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So some of you have left, either you have left relationships or family, career, or they have passed on, and it's no longer, this is no longer where you are at, but this is in your past position right here. So it means that in the past you had, maybe in the past you feel like you had everything that you ever wanted or needed or desired, and now you're at this new start. Yeah, let's see what we have here in this. This is in the path of your hopes or fears. Yeah. Well, I don't know anyone that really hopes for death. I mean, some people do prefer to pass on. In tarot, though, the death card is actually a breakthrough, a transition, a death and rebirth. With death always comes rebirth. Our souls are always existent, just like, see the heart there. Yeah, you're laying on the ground, and here's your soul lifting. Your soul is lifting, and this is what your soul sees. Your soul finally sees itself and its thoughts. A white wolf, beautiful goddess with fire and passion all around. Yeah, I'm really feeling a rebirth coming for many of you. It's nothing to be afraid of. If you're at least 25 years old, you've already went through a death and rebirth of some kind in your life. I mean, the moment that you're able to leave your home with your parents and break out on your own, there's a huge liberation, and it's like a death and rebirth. It's the death of old ways, of old routines that you've known for 18 years to a whole completely new world. So that in its own is somewhat of like, so that's an example of what a death and rebirth is like for this. It doesn't mean that it's always that way or that it's something that light. Sometimes it can be more challenging. Sometimes it is that you've lost a loved one, or maybe a few loved ones at once, suddenly, and it's been very, very difficult. I mean, you're looking here at this. This is like, it's a complete affirmation that these are in the position of, this is the past, and this is your hopes and fears state, or what could be something that's helping you along, or that could be a challenge. And really, I see this as being both. This looks like to me that it could be a combination of both, because it's like, have you ever had something happen to you and you felt that it was the absolute end of the world, and you were never going to survive it? You felt like that the world had ended. I mean, when we're teenagers, we feel like that almost daily basis because of something that's minute typically. But, and depending on what age you are, what group you're in, or what your feelings are, what you're going through at this time, it could be also, again, something really, really deep and emotional that you're going through. And I feel that for some of you. My heart goes out to you, and Spirit is surrounding you and wants you to know you have guardian angels, and you have a guardian animal spirit that is with you your entire life on this planet. And if you allow yourself to just try to meditate, even if it's 5 minutes a day, to connect, it could be life-changing for you in a very positive way. I mean, the growth, we are always growing as human beings. We have the free will to decide what we want to learn. You ain't gonna learn what you don't want to know. Thank you, Grateful Dead, for that lyric of that song. But at the same time, if you're open-minded and unlimited to what you want to learn in this life, there's always an opportunity to take away something positive from something tragic. I recall a time in my life when I thought the world was ending. I was a single mom working a job that I was not treated very kindly at, and it was Christmas Eve, and we had an ice storm, and I couldn't make it to work because I couldn't even get up the driveway. It was a steep hill, and it was just covered in ice, and plus my daughter was like 5 years old at the time, and I wasn't going to be able to make the drive to the babysitter's house, which was also up a hill, to get there. And it was a restaurant. So, I mean, I didn't expect many people would be out. But anyway, what happened was they fired me. And, I was check to check. I was barely getting by. No support from anywhere. It was just me and my girl. And so it was very scary for a moment. Then came another job, a job where I was respected, not disrespected, where I worked less hours, more money, and it was an overall kind of fun environment. We even got to dance and stuff, and I love to dance and sing. So, yeah, it was interesting to how that happened for me. And I actually, yeah, there. But anyway, I don't want to talk completely about myself, but that experience was a death and rebirth for me at that time. I thought it was the end of the world. I didn't know what I was going to do. Immediately, my mind went to, oh my gosh, shelter, food, gas. Like, how are we going to survive? How am I going to provide? And then, it took a month. It didn't necessarily come right away, so you do have to have some patience with it. But it finally came. A better job, a better atmosphere, because I was treated poorly at the other company. And yeah, it just turned out way better for me and gave me a different perspective on life. So I wanted to share that with you. I was partially guided to share that with you, but I also wanted to share that because that's an example of how sometimes our lives, we go through things that we feel are the end of the world and they're worse for us, but they end up being better because it provides us a better life path, even if it hurts at the time. I had to drive a little further. I had to change a babysitter with this. I had to, there were other things that happened with that, but it was all worth it because for me, for myself, money, as long as I can provide for myself and my child, I'm okay. I don't necessarily have to, I don't have to have a wealth or rich, like my pride and my ego isn't that big that I need all of the material things and lack time at home. I got more time at home with my child, and I also was able to still make decent money, so that was good. It was good. Okay, now this is in our position of external obstacles. This is either an opening or an obstacle in our path. We've got the 5 of Swords. Look at you. You have the sword there, the tennis ball. The red rose gives me a high priestess energy, because you just kind of look like a high priestess sitting there. I'm feeling like a sense of like they are of the mind. The swords are of the mind. Maybe some of you are working on your psychic abilities. Let me know in the comments below if that's accurate, because I am feeling that some of you are working on enhancing your psychic abilities. We all are born with them. We all have them. It's just practice. It's like meditation. It's like in any sport. It's something that requires us to practice it. So I'm getting also a lot of wisdom with this. Now again, 5 is change. There's change. Change is going to happen. And it kind of goes in hand with the death card as the obstacle, as in like, yeah, a change is going to happen for you there. 5s always represent change. And let me see what's in the 5th house. We've got the 5th house is the sun, and it's Leo energy. Yeah. So I mean, it's think logically with this. Think logically with whatever you're thinking about with them, with that one. Let's see what we have here. Okay, your possible future or outcome is absolutely stunning. Look at that, you guys. Wow. The 2 of Cups. Union. So I will say that this, I'm picking up a loving partner vibe. However, this could be a partnership in business, a career change. This could be with yourself. This could even be a love for yourself that you've recently grown and developed, and now you're just more secure and confident in your own ways. But this, I am picking up a union with a partner. So maybe you've just become in a relationship, or you're considering a relationship. Spirit is saying you do have to take steps in order to get that energy into your life. And whatever energy you're putting out and manifesting, you know, you can manifest this. You can manifest a partner into your life. You can manifest someone into your life, and Spirit will back you on that. You have to be very clear about what you're looking for, though. Very clear. It reminds me of the story that Dolores Canyon once shared on one of her seminars about someone. She was a quantum hypnosis therapist, and so she would put clients under, and they would go into these past lives, and she would just hear and listen all of these different stories. The woman was amazing, but one of her stories was she had expressed to a client, like, you know, okay, well, you need a new car, ask for a new car. Well, she asked for a new car, she got a new car, but the car didn't run. So it's like, you know, that's basically how she kind of summed up about being clear with Spirit when you're asking for something. You know, what does your partner look like? What qualities or traits do you want your partner to have? What are some things that you would like to have in common with your partner, or maybe in difference with your partner, to help encourage your own growth? Those are all things to consider and think about. I'm feeling that you're going to have someone that's a mirror for you, and they are going to be someone that's going to help you grow, and you're going to help them grow. And it's going to be more of a union of togetherness, and not a relationship of illusions, of creating illusions of who we think people are, or who we want these people to be that we get into our life and love. and it's just going to be way more open and free. Spirit is going to be definitely, with you on this, and they want you to have this. Again, this could be partnership. Maybe you're getting ready to sign a contract with someone. There's flowers here. Perhaps you are a lover of flowers. I definitely love flowers myself. There's butterflies. And this looks like fire. Yeah. It's interesting because cups are of the water, which are emotion, but looks like seriously fire, so passion. This is going to be a passionate opening for you. And this is all going to come if you allow it. And work through some of these emotions and transitions that you have going on. At your foundation, is this you seeking answers? It actually looks like you're looking right at this Two of Cups. Maybe perhaps you want it, but you have fear. So check in with yourself as to why you would have fear. Write in your journal about it. This is a really wonderful reading as to how it's all, and trust. We have trust here. Can't forget our trust. Yeah, walk the path of trust. Look at that. It's like walking straight there. Trust the process. Trust what was and what's potentially to come is the proper and correct true path for you, so that you don't have confusion on what you're supposed to do or who you are. Yeah. This is absolutely wonderful. Also want to say that the number 12 could be significant for you. 12 can be significant for you. This is December, the month of December, although it's a timeless general reading. So generally, this is for a collective, not a personal reading. So since it is for the general collective, please take what resonates with you and leave behind for others what doesn't. And also, even though this is timeless and it still holds energy, no matter when you look at it, it's kind of like a song lyrics, kind of like a legend. When they pass, the songwriters or the singers may pass, the musicians may pass, but they're legends. Their song still holds true. It's the same with this reading. It is timeless. But currently, as I record this, it is December of 2024. I also find it interesting that there are 8 cards, which is 2024 represents the number 8. So that's something there too. Yeah, overall, you're going to be enlightened. You're going to be enlightened. Your world may turn upside down in a profound, beautiful, loving way. Perhaps you have chains around your mind, around your body, or you're suffocated in a relationship. Maybe you feel like you're dying right now because of a situation you've put yourself in or someone else has put you in. And we do have free will. For the most part, we have free will, and we have choices, and that is something that we're granted. So sometimes our paths, although we have a purpose and we walk a path, it can change from here to there occasionally because of the choices. We'll get right back on the path and the journey, but sometimes we just go about it a different way. In this Five of Swords, you're very You know, you're just straight. You're looking straight ahead. You're not even moving. You have your tail in a curious position. So there is that. Yeah, let me see what this says. This says, yeah, standing up for your own interest. Standing up for your own interest. So is someone around you perhaps acting as though they're on your side? Could there be a family member or a very close friend, someone that's really close to you that, you know, maybe has always held you down or held you back, and you're an empath and you felt, well, I'm just going to stay back here because I don't want to offend them or hurt their ego or hurt their pride or their self-esteem. Yeah, this is you standing up for yourself finally. Maybe that's the part of you, maybe it's part of you dying away, going away, that's changed. And it's going to help you find true love. True love within yourself, or true love with a partner, true love with a career, true love in communication, maybe with your pets. A hanged man. Overall enlightened energy. This is the glue that connects these two together. So yes, this Ace of Wands, this new fresh start, this path that you're about to take yourself, this is going to help you to release these Two of Swords. And I just had a download that Two of Swords. This was an old relationship that you were in, and it was all of the mind, and you were both of the mind, and it was always a constant battle. And now you released that, and you're currently in this fresh new start. And now if you take into consideration, you want to stay in the now, but reflecting on where you were, the obstacles and the obstacle in the way, and planning a little bit about your future of what you want in your life so that you can manifest it. Balancing this is going to connect you, allow you to release this foundation so that you can create a new one with trust. And then that's going to have you, as a hanged man, enlighten you. I really love looking at this top part like this, because it literally almost is, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles, this could also be something in this particular reading that I'm feeling as though, you know, in this past position of something that maybe you thought was everything, but really isn't. Now that you've went through your death period and you're realizing, oh, it's kind of like when you have, you know, a group of friends and you feel like, oh, they love me. And then you go through a transition, a death phase, and you become a different person. And because you've become, or like, you know, and because you've become that different person, it's like the connections aren't there anymore. It's not necessarily to lay guilt, shame, or blame on either parties. It's just that your differences has changed. It's kind of like as if you graduated high school and you moved away, but other friends stayed in the town. Well, then they stayed there, you moved away, and now there's that disconnection. There's so much that could be of this. And it's not to say that those weren't really wonderful, beautiful times. You want to make sure that you recognize the beautiful times in your past that you had. But you don't want to stay in your past. You want to be in this fresh new start, this fresh new path, and make your way toward manifesting what you'd like in the future, and being aware of obstacles that get in your way or try to block you. Be aware of that. Now that you've had your death experience, and then your hanged man overall is just like, yes, the Hanged Man is the part of you that is the balance. It's the balance of the death, of the rebirth, of recognizing the joy and the joy, the love, the happiness, the creation, your legend, and also where you're at now, like who's around you now, what is your energy now, and how can you manifest, what is it you want to manifest in your life, and how can you manifest that, and do you have trust in yourself and in others? The answer is yes for many. The answer is yes for many. Yeah, the answer is that many of you have already been through this part, and you're right here. Some are here. Some are here. And what's interesting is I normally don't pull this card until last, but I pulled it the third one. And it seems actually appropriate. It is the one that connects this here, but it is an overall energy for the whole reading. And I just absolutely love this. Your tree of life for today. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being in tune with me. The divine light in me is honored to have shared this time and space with your divine light. Thank you, and have a cosmic night. Meow.